soul, welcome back to another video here on my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Natalie and this is Be a Free Spirit. My focus on this channel is to bring the unconsciousness to the light. So I focus a lot on the self-love, self-awareness, self-growth, anything to do with the self. So if that's something that interests you and you haven't already subscribed, then consider subscribing and joining the community. I also have launched personal readings. So if you're interested in seeing more of me and want to get a more in-depth reading, I have updated my website with some different categories. So definitely check that out if that calls to you. So link is listed down below. You can always just book a reading through my website. Before we jump into today's reading, which by the way, if you haven't noticed from the title, is what you need to know right now. I felt really called to do this. I got some new crystals that are just really empowering crystals. And so there's just some messages that wanted to come out, and I had completely kind of a different reading in mind, and then I got sitting down and Spirit was just like, no, like let us just speak right directly. So I kind of just left it pretty open, right? Generally I ask direct questions so I can get direct answers, but I just, was like, okay, Spirit, what do you want them to know? So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into this. Before we jump into the close-up of the decks, I just want to do a disclaimer that as usual, if there's anything in this reading that doesn't resonate with you, it could be that message wasn't meant for you. This is a reading for the collective, so just use your intuition. It definitely knows what is right for you, what's your truth. I also do want to mention for my channel that not every pick a card reading that I upload may be right for you at this point in your journey. So I completely trust you guys. Just use your intuition and then you're all good to go. So now with all that out of the way, let's go straight into the deck selection. All right, so here's a close-up of the decks. We have pile 1. This is Moonstone. This is pile 2. This is Flame Aura. This is group 3. This is Aqua Aura. And this is group 4. This is Strawberry Calcite. All right, so as usual, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys 30 seconds to meditate with the piles and crystals. Really want you to feel into the energy of these crystals because they hold a lot of messages as well. I really sat with them and got some intuitive messages. So definitely really focus on those crystals, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and give you 30 seconds starting now. All right, hopefully that gave you guys a moment to meditate with those piles. Timestamps are listed down below for your group. All right, group 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Moonstone. So before we jump into the oracle cards, I just want to pull out, these are kind of some, I think, overall messages of what your spiritual team wants you to know, we have new beginnings, abundance, and inward vision. Okay, so I want to keep that in mind. These are a lot of properties that Moonstone carries. Okay, and like I said, there was a lot of intention, and I worked with these specific crystals for this reading. So I think this ties into your message. So we're just going to kind of keep that in mind as we dig into the cards and see how it pertains. Okay. But I mean, overall, a lot of them kind of tie in when you think about it, right? You have inward vision that's kind of going within. It's almost like the Hermit card, right? You have like abundance, new beginning, like all of this is a specific theme of new start. Okay, so let's start with your oracle cards and see what your spiritual team wants you to know right now. Okay. We have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density addiction. Okay, so looking inward, right? I think there's a new beginning that is starting no matter what. Because that's the thing, is we start new beginnings all the time. When we heal something, another part in our life can start new, right? It's not that we have to be completely healed for a new beginning to start, because we're always healing. There's always things that we're realizing that still affect us, or you know, that this impacts us. Why, right? We're always trying to understand ourselves. And so your spiritual team is just saying there's still, you know, some mindsets or coping mechanisms that you need to kind of realize where they come from. And it all usually stems from childhood, right? So, you know, whatever coping mechanisms you have to certain situations, Spirit is going to start showing those to you, right? Start kind of making them kind of appear in your life, right? So that you'll be able to look at them and be like, okay, why? So that you can let it go, because you're on this new path. And kind of Moonstone, think about like clarity too, right? Being able to see clearly. So I think that's one thing your spiritual team is saying. And then we have yes, just say yes. So I mean, I think use your intuition, okay? I trust you guys. So whatever is kind of the first thing that came to your mind when I said yes, you're like, oh my gosh, then that's what it is, okay? That's an answer that your spiritual team just wants you to know. So, and say yes to things that you normally wouldn't say yes to, or as you're loosening your grip and trusting Spirit more with this new abundance, right? Or this new beginning and abundance that's coming your way, just say yes to new things as well, okay? We have, wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. Okay, so that's interesting. So I think whatever Spirit just answered for you, whatever they just said yes to, the answer is yes, but not yet, which is always like, but there's always a reason, right? And there's a reason why it's not yet, is because things are still being woven. I think for some of you, it's also just kind of letting you know that whatever you've maybe been manifesting or working on or working towards, it's being woven, but things have to be woven in the right timing, right? So just know that that's what's happening. Again, you have abundance. So you have abundance coming your way. So just know things are happening in divine timing, okay? So it's crazy so far. Trust the timing, trust the wave you came on, right? Like just trust what is happening right now, which is a lot. So I think, you know, if you were called to this reading, it's really because I think you almost feel this, you know, there's this new beginning, right? You like feel it coming. You're like, yeah, I feel it. And yet you're kind of still just like impatient, right? Like wanting to be like, but I don't know. I'm actually getting, for some of you, maybe the coping mechanism is kind of not being patient, right? Or not having faith or trusting in Spirit. And it's understandable. It's really hard to kind of be new to spirituality or just be new to manifesting or all these different things, and to be like, so this is really what I'm supposed to put my faith in. But Spirit is saying, yes, please know that we're trying to give you everything that your soul already possesses, right? Things that are yours in this lifetime that you haven't accepted. So just know that your spiritual team is basically unveiling everything to you in divine timing, and this is one of those pieces, right? Like just message from Spirit. Like this is a very, again, encouraging, powerful message to just know things are really getting taken care of for you, okay? So just trust what is happening. Let's keep going, because this is already a lot. okay? But we got tarot cards. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so Knight of Pentacles, right? Like, and this is kind of like a cool card to kind of describe it to you, because again, this is kind of in waiting, right? He's not rushing to get to that end point. And so, and because it's in reverse, again, all of this is in kind of creation right now, in work. You've spoken your intention to the universe, right? Or you've, you know, reach these points where you're like, okay, you know, I'm needing more in my life. And so spirit hears you, okay? And spirit is working on everything in the back end, right? It's already happened in the 5D, but now it has to actually manifest into reality, right? And so again, it's just about being patient and knowing that abundance is coming your way, okay? Knight of Pentacles is definitely saying that. Okay, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. I definitely feel like you guys have been manifesting money, right? Abundance. And you know, you haven't kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see. These cards are a little bit, they're smaller than I wish they were, because the artwork is really beautiful and it's hard to see. But she's kind of like walking through like a blizzard, right? And I think that's kind of how you feel, right? You have this light, like this inward light, right? Where you're like, I have this vision, I want to believe. And so you're walking through the blizzard being like, I mean, I'm trying, and you have your light and you're trying to walk through, right? And you're just trusting, and spirit is saying, yeah, I know this path is easy, but what, you know, is kind of a pill to swallow, or whatever, that we need to realize is we don't know if spirit just handed everything to us and it didn't happen in the timing that it needed to, and we didn't have to be patient, we didn't have to wait for things, we didn't have to work for things, then we wouldn't actually see the beauty of the end result, right? And that is just one thing of the human experience, is you have to go through pain and lows to really experience what an amazing gift the highs are, right? You become very appreciative when things happen in your life that are positive, so then you try to steer more towards stuff like that, right? And so anyways, what spirit is just saying here is, again, spirit sees you, okay? You're seen, okay? You're understood, you're validated, okay? So just know you're heard, and you're not crazy for believing in manifestation. You're not crazy for trusting in the universe, okay? A message for some of you, like, it's just trust that this flame that you've had inside, and you're like, I'm going to put trust into this, is going to pay off, okay? Shit. The Fool. Oh my God. Yes. Did I not say, like, inward vision, right? You have like the Hermit card, right? And so it's like the Fool too, new beginnings. Yes. Like, this is exactly what is happening. Okay, that's what spirit is saying, is you're already on a new beginning right now. And the purpose of kind of why this card is here is because I think it's coping mechanisms that you have around patience, maybe your mindset's around money, okay? Or maybe believing in the unknown, right? Or not having like kind of a clear path maybe is hard. So whatever is like popping up for you right now, like whatever's kind of making you fear, right? In fear, that's what spirit is trying to like bring to your attention, because you need to release it. Because on this new path that you're on, and all these things that are being woven for you, this is not going to serve you, okay? That's what spirit is saying. So that's why they're saying, please, while everything is in divine timing, this is what we need you to focus on, right? We're bringing everything to you, and we promise it's going to be worth like the wait, the pain, whatever you've had to go through, the uncertainty, the storm, right? Kind of walking through the blizzard, but being like, I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna make that trek, right? Like, spirit is gonna reward you for that effort, right? Because that's what it's about. So it's like the Fool, you know, it's, oh my gosh, yes. This is perfect. Knight of Swords. Have your thoughts continuing to believe that these things can continue to come to you, right? That abundance is like possible, in the sense of whatever you're dreaming is possible. Because with the Knight of Swords, if you keep those thoughts and those intentions, I believe it's possible, it's gonna come even faster, okay? Because look at that horse is fast moving, okay? Swords energy, we're talking about thoughts. We know our thoughts manifest our reality. You've been heard by the universe. And so, but it's if you want those things to come to you, right, and everything is coming, Spirit is saying, again, the sooner that you release what is no longer serving you, the faster these are going to come to you. Okay, that's kind of what Spirit is saying here, is things are in divine timing, and realize it's not the time yet because there's still things that aren't serving you, but continue to believe that these things are coming to you and that you deserve to be the freaking, you know, queen or king that you are. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so kind of like a new idea, right? And so being in reverse, I think, again, there's just some blocked energy right now because of the kind of whatever Spirit is showing to you right now. So once you release that, I think you're going to have more clarity, because ideas are going to start coming, right? You're going to get more intuition downloads. And that's what I think the Ace of Swords is saying, is you're going to all of a sudden feel more empowered. You're going to get all these intuition downloads, and things are just kind of ignite, right? We're talking about fast energy, and this is almost like, it kind of just like looks like, it's not lightning, but that's the first thing that I thought of, right? Like, it's kind of like lightning. It will be fast once you kind of make the space. Again, that's really what energy is about, right? Is you're making space and letting the energy flow. So when you're getting rid of mindsets that no longer serve you, and your mindset is always in a positive place where you're like, yes, this is gonna come to me, then it is. Because that is literally what they mean, right? When we talk about the magician, you're controlling your reality. That's what it's all about. All right, final messages for you. We have imagination. Okay, so Ace of Swords, right? Also like creation of a new idea. So imagination now sets me free. Again, I think it's also about keep believing that these dreams are possible, because think about like the Fool card, right? And the imagination. Like the Fool is always depicted as like a young, youthful energy, right? Because with that young, youthful energy, the inner child, you're always connected to this more innocent mindset where you can have more imagination and you can have kind of this more blissful way of life, right? And so that's what Spirit is saying, is allow yourself to be still in this wondering state like the Fool is, to still be like dreaming of, yes, all of these things that I've been manifesting are I can see myself sitting on a beach, you know, or like whatever, you know, your thing is, that new car, right? You have to believe and see and feel it, right? And that's what Spirit is saying, is use that imagination. Imagine what it would feel like to drive in your car, right? In that car or whatever. And imagine what it would feel like. Imagine who you'd be with, what you would do, right? And make it almost like it's happened in your life. You're creating the story. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh my gosh. We have confidence. By earth, air, water, and fire. So again, we have like, it's almost like balance, right? Which is what you're basically coming into. And that's kind of what Spirit is kind of saying, right? Is once you are figuring out this blockage of, okay, what is appearing for me right now, then you're going to be able to, again, unlock all this. And so have confidence that is, she likes to play fetch. Have confidence that Spirit is one working for you, okay? But also confidence in yourself, because this is orange, the sacral chakra, okay? So inner confidence, right? So definitely have confidence in yourself that you deserve these things, and that when you get these intuition downloads, don't all of a sudden be like, that's insane, I can't do that. Whatever comes through, be like, I can do that. Because you have to believe in miracles. You have to believe and have confidence in Spirit, right? We have harvest. Yep, you're about to harvest everything that you've been working for, right? Everything that you've been manifesting, the seeds, the manifestation seeds that you've been planting for months, whatever, it's about to harvest, okay? But it's not quite bloom yet, right? Spring is coming, but there's still more time, and there needs to be more, I guess, space for the plants to grow, right? For that abundance to grow, allow that space, because the more space that you make for abundance, the more that can come to you, right? So you're about to harvest it. So again, believe and have confidence that this is happening for you, okay? The last card we have is trust. Trust the universe, okay? Trust The timing. Trust what is happening. A spirit could not be more clear. Okay, trust what is happening, and all the timing, just trust. Okay, because spirit is saying if you trust, we promise that you're gonna be like, I'm so glad I waited, right? I'm so glad I trusted. I'm so glad that I just kind of let spirit do their thing, because now I believe, I know miracles are possible. I know I can manifest my reality. You know, spirit is saying just trust. Okay, so wow, group one, this was a beautiful reading. So I really hope this brought you some clarity and some comfort of what you need to know right now. So definitely let me know what you think down below. Leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, group two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Flame Aura, which is literally so beautiful. It's really hard to capture, but there is literally like this opalescent, like iridescent, just like purple and greenish like hues. Tried to capture it, but it's still hard to find kind of the angle, but oh, it is just, it is so stunning, so stunning. So before we jump into that, I have a few keywords, okay, and exactly what this crystal too provides, because again, I put intention into the crystals for this reading. So for this, we have harmony and enhanced connection to source, alignment, and enlightenment. Okay, so let's see how that pertains, and it definitely will. So let's jump straight into it. All right, so the first card we have is Activated Earth. Trust where you are led, okay? You're on like a path, right? And again, remember, enhanced connection to source. So whatever like intuition downloads, or basically almost like pushes that you're getting from like spirit, right? Like all of a sudden you feel like really pushed to go somewhere or do something, and it's because you're being activated, right? It's something, if you're being really called to something, it's because there's an activation that needs to take place. So just allow it, whether it's a place or, you know, whatever it is for you, okay? Yeah. We have get grounded. So we're talking about alignment. So when you get aligned to kind of source, right, you're also aligning to Mother Earth, because that is where we're reincarnated right now. So I think that's also what spirit is saying, is I actually think spirit almost wants you to go out into nature, because we kind of have like a earth energy here twice, right? So I think spirit wants you to go out in nature and kind of just be out in nature, and there's gonna be like an upgrade that happens because of that, because you're really connected to source right now. You're in a very specific time in your soul journey right now where there's a lot of deep connections going on with source, a lot of upgrades, because you're being called, right? And so spirit is saying go out into nature and get grounded and allow yourself to almost, yeah, like get the upgrades of like ancient wisdom connecting. Like this card really describes it perfectly, because you can see this person is enlightened in the middle, right? Their heart. And then you have the top, the crown chakra. Again, like enhanced connection to source. And then you have the bottom right here, like being connected to earth, right? Mother Gaia. So I think that's what your spiritual team is saying so far, is there's alignment that needs to happen, because again, you're being called. And in order to basically get where you need to, like your higher self needs you to basically get to a place where you get these upgrades and you're more connected to both sides, basically, with Mother Earth and kind of source, right? Which is really the same thing, but they're different energies here, right? So being connected to all. Wow. Dance with life, do something to change your energy. Okay, so again, I think some of you, I think that makes sense why that kind of came out at the beginning when I said activated earth, because I do think for most of you, there's something in your life that you're being called to change, and it could be like your style, right? Your clothes, your hair, like something that is kind of a dramatic change. Like, and it doesn't even have to be like an appearance, but it's just something that you're kind of surprised that you're like, I don't know, I'm just not into it anymore. And it's just because you're kind of moving, I guess, again, into more of your higher self. So when you're aligning more with your soul and not with your ego, some of those things do change. And so I'm getting that for some of you. So again, it's about changing your energy. So things right now in your life are changing because you're going through these upgrades. But I also think it's just important to dance with the process, right? Because as things are being upgraded and you're going through all these different things, you still have to enjoy it, right? You don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going through an upgrade, I can't like fuck it up. It's not even like, it's energetically, right? You still have to enjoy what you're doing and live in bliss, right? So again, enlightenment, almost being like enlightened by being like, whoa, I'm in harmony. And when you're in harmony, you enjoy the human experience, because that's the point. We're not meant to be driving in cars 9 to 5, right? And being stressed out all the time. It's just not what we're meant to do. So that's why things are changing, right? Align your life. What is aligned and needs to change? Exactly what I just said, right? Like there's something in your life that is not connected to your soul, and I think it's hard for you because you feel like it's part of your identity, and you're like, what? That would be like, obviously you can tell, like pink, right? So if all of a sudden I just woke up one day and I was like, I hate pink, I would be like, because like my whole apartment is pink, right? But if that was like part of my ego, then I would be like, okay. So that's the thing, is if there's things in our life that we like because we were conditioned to do that, because our ego, because whatever, right? But it's not connected to our soul. So whatever's not aligned, and if you're not sure what it is, like you're gonna get the intuition download in nature, okay? So if you don't, I think some of you do know and you're like, right? And that's why that message was coming out. But I also think some of you maybe don't know what it is, and you're like, I feel like something's off, but I'm not sure. Going out into nature will kind of clear your energy, right? Connect you back to source, so you'll be able to get that clear message from your higher self. Woof, woof, woof. All right, let's keep going. We got some tarot cards. All right, so we have the High Priestess. Harmony, balance, right? You got, this is the second card, or third card technically in the arcana, or major arcana, but number 2, right? Like balance. And that's what this card talks a lot about. You know, she has a black and white pillar representing the yin and the yang energy, right? And so again, you're coming into a really empowering part of your journey. And I think the High Priestess is a beautiful way to describe it, right? Because this is this really like high goddess energy, right? Where you're so connected to source right now, and you're becoming aligned and enlightened, right? And so yeah, this is beautiful. And so you just need to see what is not aligning to this High Priestess energy, okay? What does not serve your High Priestess? And then we have 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so for some of you, it could be your friends. I don't think that's for all of you. I think this is a very specific message for someone who needs to hear this. And, you know, this is coming from your spiritual team, but I think for some of you, your friends no longer align in your life, you know. And again, it can be really hard because people are meant to come into our life to teach us things. And some people longer than others, right? And we don't always understand that, or don't know that, right? You never know how long someone's going to stay in your life. But for some of you, I am getting that it's your friends. Like you've just kind of outgrown maybe your friends, right? Or you just have different interests now, and all of you guys have just grown to be different people. And so it's not aligning to your soul anymore. It's not your soul tribe. It's helped you in your life so far, but now it's no longer helping you. Okay, so I think that's just for a few of you, so just take it as it resonates. But yeah, I think that's a message someone needed to hear. Then we have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, so I guess for those of you who maybe are just in general having a hard time with wanting to let this go, because again, I'm really I'm getting for like a lot of you, I think it feels hard to let a part of you go. Again, it feels like your identity, and so I think it's hard, right? But Spirit is just saying, it's hard to let things go, okay? Regardless if it's this friend, right? Or something else in your life, it is hard to let these pieces that no longer align, and you may feel kind of empty for a bit, right? Because this is kind of refracted. I think that's the right word. And so I don't know if that's the right word, but just kind of like, you may feel like kind of like, but you're making space, okay? Again, you're making space because you're about to go through a huge shift, okay? And you will, no matter what. That's the thing, is Spirit wants you to align your life because you're getting into alignment, but Spirit will like bring the opportunity for you to align every single time until you do, okay? So, but 10 of Cups meaning that there is so much fulfillment for you, okay? So much just joy and happiness and love for you because you're gonna make that space, okay? You're gonna make that space for this High Priestess energy to connect with something that is gonna align more with your soul, okay? Yeah. All right, and then we have 3 of Swords. Yeah, kind of like chaos, right? Again, so there's something that is causing you a lot of stress that is no longer aligning you, okay? So anyways, let's keep going. We have a few more cards. So we have Destiny. Yeah, like this is your destiny in the sense this is your soul mission, right? Like everything is happening in divine alignment, and you're meant to have these upgrades during this really potent time, okay? So whenever you're seeing this is timeless, but whenever you're seeing this is really like a huge like ignition point for you, right? And so that's the thing, is surrender to it and allow the conflict, any conflict that you're feeling, whether it's with people or inner conflict, to turn to kind of melt away, right? And have Spirit almost like evaporate it. Like that's kind of what I see in this card, like aligning earth and allowing earth to kind of take what's no longer serving you, okay? So you're going into your soul mission right now, and a big part of it too. This isn't like, oh cool, I'm figuring out what I want to do. No, this is like, you're gonna get some huge spiritual downloads and like huge spiritual like upgrades where you're gonna be like, all of a sudden your intuition's gonna, like, I don't even know, right? Like that's gonna be an amazing part of the experience, is just seeing how it affects you personally. But your spiritual team is being like, please understand this inner power is gonna come out no matter what, okay? So the sooner that you make the space for it, the better, right? We have Psychic Protection. Around me now, a shield of gold protecting me strong and hold. Yeah, again, you're really coming into a really high power. And so that's the thing, is your spiritual team is kind of wants me to relay this. Don't be afraid to wield this type of power, because you are basically ready now, right? That's the thing, is Spirit is never going to give you something that you're not ready for. No. Spirit will always give you things that you are ready for. So you are ready to step into this higher power. And again, I don't know what that entails of. I have like a very strong feeling that your spiritual team is like telling me it's going to be super powerful, but it's between you and your spiritual team, right? And I'm like, but what's this power? This is amazing, right? So, but know that there's like protection because you're going through this like activating time and like all of this kind of upgrades, right? That Spirit is making sure that you're protected. So don't stress too much. I think it's important to make sure that you're cleansing your energy, and again, just keeping your energy really clear, keeping your thoughts clear, and just allow this process to take hold as you're figuring out what no longer aligns your life. Okay, you're protected. Health. Yeah. Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright, bring me your health and might. Upgrades in earth, right? Like that. Yeah, like there's a huge, your spiritual team is really pushing you connecting with nature, okay? I think that's the exact way that you're getting that upgrade, because this is the vision that I see, is like, this is you, right? You're sitting in nature in, you know, this relaxed state, and all of a sudden your chakra is in complete harmony and balance, right? You're connecting to source, you're connecting to Mother Gaia, and you're gonna get everything you need. It's so insane. And then the last thing is magical powers. Oh my god. It's because there's abilities, dude. I'm telling you, I feel it. That's why I'm like, okay, what's going on here? I want to know, like, you know, what amazing things that you're gonna like unlock about yourself, right? Your soul gifts basically. And so Spirit is like, yeah, she ain't wrong. Like there's some amazing things that you're gonna unlock, and it's just gonna happen in divine timing. But just know that this is like, your spiritual team is trying to tell you how powerful you are, so go after it, okay? Damn. This is beautiful. Well, this is your message group too. So this is what your spiritual team wanted you to know right now, okay? So definitely let me know what you think about all this, okay? I definitely want to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't subscribed already, then consider subscribing and joining the community. And I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, group 3, welcome to your reading. Is this not seriously so stunning? The close-up, I was just like, every time I look at it, I'm just like, it's so beautiful. So as you know, I said, I put a lot of focus into these crystals and working with their meanings. So for this, we have inner truth, enhanced communication, and just really strong emotional, like water vibes is what I was getting. So yeah, we're gonna definitely get more in-depth meanings to these, but these are really some of the basic kind of things that Spirit is saying, is basically giving you insight into, right? So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know, okay? We have portal, doors are opening, you decide, wild card. Okay, so inner truth, right? So when you talk about that, like that's the thing, is a lot of portals open for us where we get to choose where to go, right? So Spirit will like open a door and say, you can go here, but you can choose like what to do next, or like whatever the case is, right? Like there's a lot of wild cards that Spirit gives us, because that's part of the human experience, is we have free will to experience these different things, right? So there's a lot of portals that are opening up to you right now that are lots of different possibilities. So I'm hearing, don't stress so much about like, which one is the right one, Spirit? What is your inner truth, okay? Which one calls to you? Which one feels the most, like what makes you the most excited? Because it's not necessarily your intuition, because again, there's not one right path. It's kind of just like what is calling to you right now on your soul journey, okay? Because you're kind of in a deep state of like self, right? And of like emotions. That's definitely something that is going really strong right now with those water vibes, okay? So let's see what else is going on. We have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, okay, laying a foundation. Things are happening in divine timing right now. And so I think what you're coming into is following more of your inner truth, because the thing is again, Spirit has a divine plan, right? Like, and your soul personally, right? We all like reincarnated here with a plan. We all agreed to certain things. And so that's the thing, is like things do happen. But again, there's a lot of things that Spirit presents where you can choose if you want to take that path or do that, right? You have to follow still your heart, right? You're here to live free, right? And the human experience. So what do you want to experience, right? Wow, yeah. Inner truth. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking, okay? Like exactly, like I think that's like the vibe that I'm getting, is I think you guys have been kind of so focused on listening to your intuition and, you know, really being in tune with yourself. But, you know, Spirit is saying you don't need to, there isn't always like a perfect carved out path, right? You're overthinking like, okay, what's next? Like, what is my intuition telling me to do next? Just be like water and flow more, okay? And there's a lot of like empowering kind of cards here where like they're kind of like standing, again, that kind of like inner truth. I think that's what you're going through right now, and that's what your spiritual team is basically telling you, that these are the experiences that are opening up to you that are going to help you to figure out more of your inner truth, okay? What do you want in your life? What do you believe? You're still learning these new parts of yourself. These are still opening up to you. And then don't dim your light to fit in. Exactly. See, I think you guys, you know, I think the majority of you are maybe newer to spirituality, right? So, and if you're not, you know, just take what messages definitely resonate. But when you're kind of coming out of your shell, right, and you're really kind of and I say shell, but I really mean like the ego shell, right? When you come more into alignment with your soul and you are more in alignment with like your emotions, and you're really trying to figure out who you are, you're figuring out your inner truth, right? Then you kind of learn that you don't really fit in with a lot of society, because society, right, is all ego based. They're all wearing an ego mask. And so that's the thing, is when you decide to take it off, you're like, ugh. And so Spirit is like, don't dim your light because other people are like, what? You're different. Why? And it's like not even that dramatic, right? In that sense, but it's just like Spirit is just saying like, it's how, and I say like, it's not dramatic in the sense, how Spirit is more asking you, how are you dimming your light? Okay. It's not that people, I think, are, being like, stop being you. Some people could be saying that, but I think you just feel an internal conflict where you're like, you like dim parts of yourself or dim your beliefs or your truths because you don't know how people are going to react or feel or what like the, more ego-based society is going to think, right? And so Spirit is saying you need to start recognizing when you are dimming those things and stop. Right? Because that's your inner truth. And enhanced communication, speak your truth. Okay. We also have like a blue stone, the throat chakra. Okay. So speak that truth because you have enhanced communication, and you have enhanced communication in the sense of being able to speak who you are. Okay. Because as you're figuring out these parts of yourself, you don't let anyone dim those parts. You'd be like, no, I'm fucking amazing. No. So let's see what else Spirit's got to say. We have 9 of Cups. Yeah. See, if you allow basically Spirit to come in and you allow yourself to change and you flow like water, right? You flow with these changes and you come into your inner truth, things are going to start happening more for you, okay? You're going to be a lot more fulfilled, because right now I think, there's a fear. There's a fear of being like, jumping into like this beautiful ocean is very scary. And it's like, yeah, it definitely is. Going through these portals are really scary, okay? But when you do that and you basically stay connected with your soul and in your higher alignment, then things start coming to you, okay? Fulfillment. You're going to be really fulfilled because you've put a lot of emotional work into yourself. I think that's what you've been working on the most, is getting your inner truth, like kind of, just like figuring out how you feel emotionally. And you've already been doing a lot of work with like vulnerability and emotions. That's just what I'm getting. And so it's like, just realize that you've been doing a lot of work and you're going to be getting a lot of fulfillment. Okay. So you're already doing everything you need to do. Just don't dim yourself to fit it. Okay. So that's what Spirit is saying. Temperance, balance, right? So come into balance with yourself. Okay. Cause that's what it is. It's coming into balance of alignment with your soul, of being like, these are my inner truths, and I accept this part about myself, and I will always stand up for my beliefs, for what I believe in, right? And I have I'm balanced in my life. And really, you have a balance in your life right now, because Spirit is more just telling you, okay, it's time to start just being aware of things that are no longer serving you. And why are you dimming your light to fit in? Who are you around? What environment are you in that makes you do that, right? Think about where the root of that is coming from. So Spirit is just kind of saying like, you're on the right path. So just keep going with what you're doing because you're in the right balance, okay? Everything is in balance right now. And then we have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, okay. So, I think you've been very generous to people, okay? And we're talking about, like, it doesn't have to be money. We're talking about the abundance frequency in general is love, is money. It's just that frequency, okay? So you've given a lot to people because, again, you've been very vulnerable. You've been working on your emotions. And so Spirit sees that. Again, you're going to be rewarded because you've helped people. You could be like a healer, like an empath, right? Definitely could help heal people's energy. I actually do get that for you guys. So yeah, definitely take that as it resonates. But you've given a lot to other people, okay? And so Spirit is recognizing this, and your spiritual team is saying, we know how much you give to other people, so we're trying to make sure that you realize that that is coming back to you, because that is the push and the pull, the temperance energy of the abundance frequency, right? When you're wanting to manifest things and you're wanting abundance to come into your life and all these things, it's about having the balance of giving and taking, right? And then the last card we have is the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I did say energy healer, and that makes sense, because I think for some of you, when you decide to go through this portal, so again, you're being offered some opportunities right now. And again, you need to listen to your inner truth, okay? What feels true to you? What feels like, I really want to do that? Because once you go through that portal, this like Knight of Wands is gonna like turn upright, because all of a sudden your passion is gonna be ignited, right? When you decide which opportunity you want to take, or what path your portal, or like whatever, you know, however it's presenting itself to you, in that sense, once you go through that, you're gonna be ignited. Because why? Because you've made a decision, right? And you're choosing not to dim your light, okay? So, because that could be the decision for some of you too, is, you know, some of the opportunities that are being presented to you, it's not what society wants or whatever. And so, you know, maybe you fear that too. And so that's what Spirit is saying, is realize the opportunities that are being presented in your life. And that can come in so many forms: jobs, relationships, friendships, whatever it is, right? But there's something that is really meant to kind of ignite you and help you realize, kind of start you on your path, right? And so for some of you, it could be something like an energy healer, and that can come in a lot of forms too. So I definitely heard that message. So yeah, let's keep going. We have safe travel. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. Take that path, okay? Take that path. Because that's the thing, is Spirit is saying, this is a wild card, right? And so in that sense of, again, you have a lot of opportunities, and Spirit is saying, take whatever you want. So what Spirit is saying is, if you take that path and then you get there and you're like, nah, this still isn't right, figure out what lessons you learned, because you chose that path for a reason, right? It directed you there for a reason. But know that you're not stuck to that path. It's not like you're choosing a path and you have to stay on that path, right? No, we're always constantly changing. So Spirit is saying, don't worry about that, because you can always come back to like a source, basically, right? So I'm just hearing that for some of you that maybe, you know, have that fear of, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I don't like it anymore? Again, like, don't overthink it, okay? Again, overthinking about having to focus so much on it has to be this, and it's like, that's not a fun way to live the human experience, right? We want to be able to experience things with free will, otherwise we wouldn't be like truly free, and that's just not how Source works, right? We're all our inner power, own powerful catalyst if we choose to be. And then we have best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. Okay, so for some of you, if that resonates, Artemis, you can look into that, because it seems like her energy is, you know, just kind of helping you, again, come into your inner power, right? So help me see what must be known. And so you're gonna be, if you're not really aware of how you're dimming your light, Spirit's gonna show you, okay? Spirit will always show you what you need to know over and over until you see it. It's how Spirit works, okay? So that's what they're saying is, and there's actually two messages here, because best possible decision, again, whatever decision you make, whatever path you decide to go down is the correct one. So don't overthink it, right? Don't fear it. Just be on the wild side and be like, all right, let's go. Let's just see where it takes me, because I can always turn back. It's not a portal that's going to close. It's ever open. Spirit is always here. Yeah. Woo, I love it. All right. We have organization, purpose, planning, efficiency. Now come to me easily. So I think this is kind of more about like really kind of just feeling like you're more set in your life, right? Because again, I think if things haven't already started appearing, like kind of coming up to the surface, they're going to start appearing, and you're gonna feel maybe cloudy and overwhelmed, right? And so I think this is kind of more just the energy of what it feels like to be in like an organized headspace, if that makes sense. So it's like I think that's kind of what Spirit is just kind of almost warning towards. If you don't feel kind of overwhelmed, it's not that Spirit is trying to overwhelm you, it's just that Spirit is going to be bringing these things to the surface. So now that you know that, now that Spirit is going to be bringing things to your attention that don't serve you, that don't align with you, that is kind of showing you how you're dimming your light, then you don't have to stress about it. Because when those appear, you can just be like, oh yeah, I knew that this was coming, right? So how can I like focus on this? So you'll be in a more like organized state of mind if you allow it to be so. That's kind of what I'm hearing too. So kind of planning in the sense, I think you're definitely a planner, right? And that's why the overthinking, like this is a part where Spirit is saying it's not planning, but it's almost just, you now have the insight to know that is going to be happening. So now that you have that insight, you can kind of be more efficient in the way that you react to it. That's what Spirit is trying to say. Yeah. And then we have dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep, that lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days reborn. I love that. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. Yeah, I think, again, you're gonna be coming into a lot of kind of more of your inner truth. And inner truth, we're talking about like the higher self, right? Like your true soul, purpose, who you truly are, okay? You're uncovering more and more of that. And I think you're gonna get I think Spirit is gonna maybe bring some of what no longer serves you to your dreams, because our dreams, that's where our unconscious can really come awake, right? Because when we're awake and conscious, we can't process what's in our unconscious brain, right? Which is the majority of our function, right? And so when we're asleep, that's when our unconscious kind of replays things to us and gives us messages, or Spirit gives us messages. And so that's the thing, is Spirit is going to give you messages through your dream, okay? Your unconscious is also going to give you like messages of how you're dimming your light, or how to just cut what no longer serves you and step into who you want to be. Okay, that's what I'm getting. But I'm also getting, for some of you, you're also going to get maybe glimpses of who you want to be through your dreams, right? Wow. Yeah, this is beautiful. So overall, group 3, this is your message. Definitely let me know like what you think about all of this down below, and sending so much love and light your way. And definitely, yeah, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next reading. All right, group 4, welcome to your reading. You chose Strawberry Calcite, which is so beautiful. All right, so this is gonna be kind of some of the main themes of your message. Again, I put a lot of attention into this crystal, so this is what some of the crystal basically helps with, and what pertains to what your spiritual team wants you to know. So we have compassion, sexuality and sensuality, acceptance, and the heart chakra. Okay, so let's jump straight into the messages. All right, what do you need to know right now? Let's dig in. We have break the chain, rewriting the future. Okay, so compassion. I definitely felt when I was like pulling your cards and really connecting to this crystal, I do feel a lot of like nurturing energy. I think you're a very nurturing and compassionate person. There's almost like a mother energy here, right? You just lead with that heart chakra, and you're just, yeah, a compassionate, accepting person, just very kind, okay? So right now you're breaking a lot of ancestral patterns, and it could be because I think for some of you, you've had to learn compassion through your life, right? It's not that you were born with, you know, a very supportive family maybe who taught you compassion. I think that's for some of you. And acceptance, I think some of you have had to learn that through life, right? And so you're breaking chains, okay, with having your heart open and leading with your heart and leading with compassion. You're basically again, healing ancestral patterns, which you have to realize how big that is, because you're healing generations of maybe being stuck in this energy of we're not emotional, or we're not compassionate, or like whatever the case is, right? Like however it resonates, but you're going through some major healing transformations, and you're healing with compassion, okay? We have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, okay? Everything is happening for you, yep. Because again, like you've really learned to lead with your heart, and that is not easy. People would think it's easy, right? Like, oh, just listen to your heart. But leading with your heart in an ego-based world is difficult, because right now our society doesn't lead with our heart. We lead with our mind, right? Our ego, and we don't lead with our souls. And so we don't have compassion for other humans. It's really heartbreaking, right? It's really sad to see why we are so divided as humans when we all come from the same place. We're all these beautiful souls, right? And so that's the thing, is you have a lot of compassion, and Spirit is recognizing this, because this is an amazing strength to have, okay? And so you need to celebrate how far you've come and how open you are with your heart chakra, okay? So intuitive hits, everything is just coming together for you. Again, you're healing these patterns, and then it's almost like you're going through this cave and connecting more with your soul tribe, okay? Connecting more with people who are also healers, who are also light workers, who are here to assist you in your journey, right? Because we're all here to help each other. It's not like we're all here just to be on our own and good luck, right? That's what a soul tribe is. So it's amazing. We have no, wait, postpone. Okay, so whatever just popped into your mind, again, intuition hits. So whatever just popped into your mind, just know that the answer is no for right now, okay? And the reason is why is because it's not time, okay? Because it says wait, postpone. It's not saying no. It's like, no, it's never going to happen. Spirit is just saying, just wait, because again, a lot of things are happening. I think Spirit, I think you're really close to healing this kind of past, these cords, right? Or cutting those chains, because it's almost like you're right at the beginning of the mouth of the cave, right? And it's going through the cave, is coming into like you're filled, you know, with your soul tribe. Like that's what you're walking through, and you're almost there. You're almost there. You're almost done. So, but Spirit is saying it's not time yet, because you're still healing these chains. And again, when you think about it, when you have like, we're talking about like ancestral chains and patterns, we're talking about like energetic cords, right? And energetic patterns that are connected to you, right? And so that's what you're doing, is you're disconnecting those energetic cords and rewriting kind of the way that your now future line, right? Or however is going to respond to things, is going to react to things, and that is so huge. So, but because that is such a big thing, just know that everything is just happening in divine timing, okay? So just be patient, which I feel like isn't an issue for you. You're probably sitting there being like, yeah, it's fine, I got it. I relate. We have leap, the universe will catch you, okay? Might feel a little contradictory, but it's in the sense of whatever you're feeling called to do, okay? And because I think it's about connecting to your soul tribe, because when you leap and you make these decisions to move forward, because again, there's more you need to do, and you know, maybe there's more you need to uncover here too. So that's working with your spiritual team, right? And so maybe there's some decisions you need to make to leap forward. You need to let go of people, you need to set boundaries, you know, there's still something you need to do to kind of continue working on this healing. And so do whatever you need to do to continue the healing. That's what I'm getting. But it's also leaping into what is calling to you so that you can connect to your soul tribe. Wow. All right, let's keep going. We have the 10 of Swords. Yes. The completion, right? And that's a perfect energy to describe breaking that chain, right? Having all of those swords in your back. Again, energetically, that's really how you can think about it. And now you're pulling out those swords, right? And so you're coming to the end, right? Like Spirit said, you're coming to the end. Your spiritual team wants you to know you're almost out of this energy, okay? You're almost out of working through this healing, and you're going to be rewarded for doing this work, because it's not easy. Again, rewriting generations, okay, of patterns, mindsets, habits, whatever it is for you. We have the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so again, healing right now. You're going through a lot of healing. So I think some of you could have, you know, been asking about like a lover, you know, because again, you are leading out of your heart chakra. So, you know, if you're not in a relationship, then you're seeking companionship. You're ready to feel this really deep love, okay? And if you're in a relationship, you want to feel a deeper sense of love with your partner, okay? And I don't think that's for all of you, but I think that's for some of you. So the Lovers is in reverse because again, there's just still some balance that needs to take place. No, you know, wait, like things will happen as they need to, but you're finishing healing, okay? We have the Six of Pentacles, okay? Yeah. So again, this is giving. You've been giving a lot to people. You've been very compassionate towards people. You've been very accepting of other people. Yeah, it's like what we talked about in the beginning, right? So your spiritual team is recognizing everything that you've done. And again, this is going to come back to you. You're going to have a lot coming back, and it's going to be in the sense of emotional fulfillment, right? So don't fret too much about this. Just know that everything is happening in timing. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, things are coming to you, okay? And I think you're going to be getting some pretty strong intuition downloads as well, because, you know, this is the Ace of Pentacles. So, oh, well, hello. This is my cat Posy. She never shows herself on camera. So, wow. Hi, baby. Well, she wanted to say hello. She's definitely like my spiritual cat. I mean, black cats obviously have so much like beautiful symbolism, but she wanted to come say hi, so I think that means something. No. But let's keep going. We have Glamour. Yeah, I see into the realms of possibility. So again, like leap, right? So whatever, I'm actually getting to, I think whatever you're wanting to for your life, like wherever you're wanting to transition to, if you seek kind of like a higher lifestyle, right? You do seek glamour and, you know, you want to be financially free, that's okay. Your spiritual team is saying it's completely okay, okay? It's completely okay to again, come from this place of love, but also want to be in this place of kind of riches, right? Because there is a lot of Pentacles energy here, so that's kind of what I'm getting. Your spiritual team is saying that's okay, because abundance is just a frequency. Money is just an energy. Wealth is just an energy, and everybody is capable of having wealth, right? And so if you want to have all these beautiful things in your life, be open to it, okay? And be open to manifesting it and allowing it to come into your life, and take the leaps that you need. And Spirit's gonna support you. We have Love. Okay, yeah. See, remember how I talked about, I think some of you are really wanting a partner right now, or you're just wanting to deepen your love. Because when you're leading out of that heart chakra, you want nothing more to have that cup completely always full and overflowing, right? And I think that's what you're feeling right now. Like you feel like your cup's a little empty. And so Spirit is saying, please trust that there's going to be love in your life. Because again, we have the Lovers card here, right? And so the love is going to be coming into your life. Again, it's just not time yet. Okay, so continue to have hope. We have like Aphrodite energy here, right? Like your spiritual team is supporting you with all these things, and just know that this is going to come to you again, because you've given so much to other people. It's going to be fulfilled in more. Okay, your cup is going to be like an ocean. Yes, beautiful. All right, we have Sensuality. Yeah, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Okay, so what? Okay, that's so interesting, because we have sexuality here / sensuality, right? And so that's the thing, is sensuality. I think what Spirit is saying is you need to put some love into yourself, because part of kind of coming into kind of this higher part of yourself, right? Where you're kind of making the journey to and healing what you need to treat yourself the best, so that when love comes into you, it's like, yeah, this is how I deserve to be treated. So for some of you, I think that is connecting to your own sexuality and sensuality, right? And some of you, it's more just about really loving yourself, okay? So take it as it resonates, but spend some time loving yourself. Put that love energy that you're feeling towards yourself right now. That's what Spirit is saying, okay? Because you're going through a lot of deep shadow, like not shadow work, but healing work. But yeah, shadow work, because you're healing, you know, some shadow patterns or aspects, right, of your family line. And so there's a lot of healing that's taking place. And so Spirit is saying, put that into yourself, because it will help you, one, get faster through the cave, right? And two, because it will, you're almost putting like a kind of yourself on your own pedestal, right? Where it's like, this is how I treat myself. So this is how I expect to be treated in a relationship, right? Yeah. Because those of you who are in a relationship, it's like, what you're gonna realize is, yeah, if you spend some more time like with yourself, right, and you're investing in yourself, and you just kind of really take that time, again, you're gonna realize, no, this is what I need, this is what I want. You realize kind of, okay, this is what I really want and love, right? You have letting go. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. Okay. Now, this is a message, like, I'm just a messenger, okay? But for some of you, I think you're holding on to a person, okay? You're holding on to a person, and that's why the answer was no, okay? I don't know if this isn't for all of you, but I do think this is for a pretty big chunk. So that's why the answer is no, because you were asking about a person, and that's why the Lovers is in reverse, because Spirit is saying you need to let go. You need to realize that this relationship was so impactful on you for a reason. What lessons did you learn? How did it help you grow? What pains did you feel, right? Because when you recognize what you learned from it, that's the wisdom. You get the wisdom from your past, but you let it go, right? So that's kind of what Spirit is saying for those who this resonates with, is let this old relationship go. And when you do that, you're going to allow a new one to come in its place. I don't think that's for all of you, but for those who it does resonate with, just let it go. Yeah, because again, you're going through enough healing as it is. So now is the time to let everything go as you're healing, so that you don't have to deal with it when you get into the cave. You don't want to have to get into the cave and then still have this kind of back and forth feeling of this person, because this person served their purpose. They helped you with what you needed to be helped with, and now no, they're not part of your journey anymore. Not for all of you, right? But yeah, that's definitely what I'm getting. So overall, this is your message. This is really beautiful. So there's a lot of compassion here, a lot of love. So know that Spirit is paying it forward, right? In the sense of all the work that you've put into other people is going to come back. So this is really beautiful. This is your message group for us. So definitely let me know what you think about all of this down below. And I'm sending so much love and light your way as you're going through this really intense healing journey. I'm sending a lot of love and support your way, okay? But leave me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.